Hi, my name is Christian Posta. I'm the Global Field CTO at Solo.io. In this quick demo, we're going to take a look at securely acquiring access tokens or API keys for an MCP server to be able to call to an upstream API. So to be more specific, we'll take a look at this flow. We're going to leverage secure infrastructure like an agent gateway and a trusted authorization portal to help facilitate this flow. So a client over here on the left connects up to an MCP server and will do so through an agent gateway. The agent gateway can apply and enforce policies based on who the user is, like on an SSO identity, and can allow or disallow the client to be able to connect to the MCP server. If it's allowed to connect, the MCP server then can show tools and execute tools. And if the MCP server needs to make an upstream call that requires a token of some sort that represents the user, then we need a way to get those tokens. And following a spec, a proposal that's in the MCP community right now, we can use something called a secure or URL elicitation. And the way that would work is the MCP server would respond back saying, hey, I need more information. I need an OAuth access token or API key. And in this infrastructure, we'll handle this flow. So the user will be prompted or alerted in some way, hey, you need to go fill in this information to get this credential. And the MCP authorization portal will hold on to those tokens. They won't be issued to the client or the server. And then when the MCP server tries to connect up to these external services, the infrastructure can transparently inject the token into the call. So the MCP server, whether you've written it or it's off-the-shelf server, can participate in this elicitation, but it doesn't actually need the tokens. So let's take a look at this in action. All right, so we have our client, our MCP client. We're going to connect up to an MCP server here. It's a streamable HTTP server. When I click connect, we're first going to be challenged to our SSO. Right, so we identify who it is, who's the user, and then we can connect up to the MCP server. Now, Agent Gateway is in this path and can do policy checks. And as you can see, we are currently connected. We have an access token. We are using OAuth and OIDC in this case. The access token here is not viable for the upstream call. So let's see what that looks like. If we look at the tools, we can see we have two tools, an echo service or echo tool. If I run it, we can see we get a response. But we also have a list private repos tool. Now in this MCP server, the idea is when the user connects, we'll be able to list their internal repos on GitHub. But GitHub needs its own tokens. Can't use the single sign-on token. So if we end up calling this tool here and run it, we should see a notification pop up eventually, or maybe not. We'll come over here, and so I don't see the notification, but if I do a refresh, we will we'll see that we have an elicitation in our queue. From here, we need to go complete the authorization form. So we need a API key. So let's go ahead and get the API key. And we'll enter the API key here, and we'll save it. And then we'll go back to our MCP server and our list of elicitations. We can see we've completed it, and now we will accept the elicitation, which tells the MCP server, hey, we are good to go now. So now this all happened out of band of the client, of the MCP server, and now the token is available, but only when we make the call. So if we come over here and make the call, what will happen is Agent Gateway will dynamically and transparently inject this token into the call going out. So if we run the tool, we can see we get a success, and it starts to list some of my GitHub private repositories. So that's the flow. Using a secure infrastructure around MCP, we can offload the need for the MCP server to handle sensitive key material and offload it from the MCP client as well. Thanks.